Okay, Charles LeBlanc here. Oh my God, I gotta get ready. I got a free coffee finally. Look, and I order an extra large double as I need it. Okay. Behind me, we know where this is. And anyway, the last time, this is supposed to be the people's house. The last time I bought a person here was, I think her name was Joanne Mountain. The only reason I know that name is she's on my Facebook friends. And I start bringing people on social assistant in this house. I wonder if it's open. No, of course not. They must have seen us coming. So anyway, so turn around. That's one of the reasons they banned me from the legislature. What was it? 10, 12 years ago. You can't start bringing welfare bums in this place. Okay, now we know the liberal government, I'm a welfare bum myself, so what the hell. So, the liberal government, as you know, has really start cracking down against the less fortunate. And, you know, I've been whining about they send men, boys, women, girls in the provincial jail. And what they do after the sentence is done, they say, well, we're no longer the responsibility of the government. You're free to go. Idiots! Provincial jail? There's no provincial jail here in Fredericton. None. But a new courthouse for the fat-ass judges. No problem there. Oh, yes, here's a brand new courthouse. And now, what I'm saying, guess what happened? I finally got one person that's brave enough to stand up and say her story. Now, we're gonna blur her face during the video. Her picture will be on my blog. Come on here a minute and bring your coffee. You wanna bring your coffee? Go ahead. How you doing? You come on, over here. How you doing, you?
I'm good.
You good? Now we're gonna blur her face because, beautiful face, but we're gonna blur it because she's missing a tooth and she's ashamed. So how did you lose that anyway? Long story. We're not used to the long story here, right? Come on a bit closer. Yeah, we're gonna blur your face. Don't worry about it. And your name is?
Serena Woods.
Serena Woods. And you're from?
Originally from Ontario, but this is where I reside now.
Raise your voice a little bit more, but that's okay. You reside here. How long have you been in Fredericton?
7, 8 years.
7, 8 years?
Yeah.
Nice city.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nice. And Serena Woods, are you a choir girl, or did you graduate from school?
I did. I graduated high school.
Where, here?
No, in Ontario.
In Ontario. How old are you?
40.
You're 40. You're 40 years old?
Yes, sir.
My God, you don't look like it. Okay, sorry, Charles, focus. 40 years old, a woman in Fredericton, and you have issues.
I had a issue. Well,
And
a few of them, but
drugs.
yeah.
Yeah. And high oxycontin, just marijuana. What?
Marijuana, speed, jib, but all that is behind me now. But you had a fine. Yeah, I did.
You had a fine during the long. Okay, that's where we're going. It's very important that people there knows, especially the bureaucrats. Okay.
You're right.
So, the long weekend, you were stopped.
Yeah.
What happened?
I got picked up. They ran my name, and I had a warrant out for my arrest.
For what?
For this fine. I didn't show up to court to get,
What's the fine? What was the fine for?
It's a victim surcharge fee. When you get a breach, you get $100 added.
Victim surcharge fee.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And you're a nurse somewhere?
No, I'm unemployed right now.
And you're on social assistance?
I am on social assistance.
How the hell can you afford a victim surcharge fee?
Well, you can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
you can't.
I can't.
So how long was this warrant?
Well, I got 2 fines.
My hair a little bit closer there.
$200. $200 is what I owe for this victim surcharge fine. So I got picked up. They ran my name.
You know the name of the cop?
Fox something.
Michael Fox, or maybe his brother. Was it Michael?
I don't know.
Red hair?
No.
No. It must be.
I think he was a rookie.
A rookie.
I never seen him before, and
His brother is okay. Anyway, Charlie, shut up and let her talk. Okay.
Anyway, so you're right, it was a long weekend. It was a family day on the Monday, probably right. So they ran my name. I had a warrant for my arrest for this $200 victim surcharge fee. So they arrested me, took me down to the lockup. I stayed there for the night, and then they came in the afternoon and said I was going to Miramichi.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon?
Monday afternoon.
Monday afternoon.
It was the holiday that they drove me. It was on the holiday that they drove me to Miramichi.
Okay.
So, get to Miramichi, and they pretty much handed me the paper saying my fine was paid off and that I could go home. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, hold it. They bring you. Who brought you there? The sheriff?
Yes.
Handcuffed, shackled,
yes.
In the back of the van. I was there when the blowhorn. Okay,
yeah.
I knew.
Yeah.
So they brought you in Miramichi. Then they strip search you.
No, actually, I got to avoid all that rigmarole.
You okay? So they said
they handed me the papers. I was gonna bring them with me, but I didn't. Anyways, this is the paper saying that my fine was paid.
Who paid it?
I paid it in time from when they picked me up.
When they picked you up?
And when they picked me up and drove me to Miramichi, by the time I got to Miramichi, my fine was paid.
How was it paid?
By my freedom being taken away, being handcuffed and shackled for so many hours. Because it's 2 consecutive days.
Oh, yes. I do have brain cells. Okay, I understand now.
Well, first they tried to call somebody who would be like, hey, it sounded like a ransom actually. I got Serena Woods here. If you can come down and pay $180, because they did put $20 on it. You can come up with $180 and I can be let go.
Yeah.
But, like, I can't come up with $180.
Of course not, you're a social assistant.
Yeah, or else...
You just paid the rent, the high rent.
Yeah, the fine would have been paid and I wouldn't be sitting here in this predicament.
Okay.
And so they took me all the way to Miramichi, and then when I got to Miramichi, they handed me the paper saying I could go. And I was like, oh yeah, well, who's going back to Fredericton?
Yeah.
And they were like, nobody. They dropped me off at the gas station.
Well, hold it. They didn't say, well, the sheriff are coming back tomorrow.
Well, I said, well, can't I just stay here till tomorrow? Somebody's got to be going back for court. No, this isn't a hotel. You're not a criminal anymore.
This is not a hotel.
Not,
you're not a criminal anymore.
We're not responsible for
What time is it?
It's after 4 o'clock.
After 4 o'clock.
Yeah. On a holiday. So no buses. No, nothing.
There's no buses anyway.
No. But,
no. So what'd they do?
They dropped me off at the Shell station, Tim Hortons there, and...
Shell station, yes.
And pointed,
I know where that is.
And pointed in that direction and said, you
Good luck.
can walk that way.
What time?
It's about 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Was it dark?
Not quite, but it right soon it was getting dark. I had like an hour of daylight. I was lucky.
I thought personally, I thought you had a drug problem and you were fine for break and enter or something.
No.
But no, this is not what's going on here.
I've never had a criminal record in my whole entire life.
Not a criminal record for your whole life.
Until now.
Until now. Okay, so you went for Tim Horton, I presume. Did you have money on you?
I had $18.
So you went and bought yourself a coffee and said, I'll say it because the issue is such an emotional one. You said, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's exactly what you said?
Basically.
Okay, what happened?
I was, I'm not as young as I used to be, and my fear level has diminishingly dropped, so I'm not as carefree and up and go, like,
yeah, of course.
So yeah, it was a little frightening to say the least.
Right, sorry. So, what happened?
Well, I stayed there for a little while, and then I saw two trucks that were of the same company, and they were driving together. So I went and asked that gentleman if he was going to Fredericton. He said no, but he was going to Moncton. So I said, can you at least take me that far?
To Moncton?
To Moncton.
I don't have no clearance, I thought I did.
I got something.
Sorry.
And so the gentleman...
Victor.
No, this was Danielle.
Danielle.
Danielle was his name.
Those Frenchmen, huh?
Drove me to Moncton.
Drove you to Moncton?
To the Shell, the Shell Tim Hortons, another Shell Tim Hortons station. It was like a truck stop, mainly because, well, that's where truckers, I guess. There was a lot of trucks.
Yep.
So, I spent a few hours there knocking on the doors to see if anybody was going to Fredericton. I got a lot of no's, and it wasn't until 10, 11 o'clock that night that Victor walked into where I was sitting, and I asked him if he was going to Fredericton, and he said he was the next day. So that's who I am. That's how I got home, but it was a long time since I got dropped off by the first truck driver. I didn't leave Moncton until 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Did you never hitchhiked it though?
No,
you were lucky.
I tried to put my thumb out there a couple times, but then I just walked back into the parking lot, and then those two gentlemen pulled in with the trucks. I didn't bother trying at Moncton because I figured I might have to make it to the bus station. I didn't know Moncton, don't know Miramichi.
Of course not.
So I don't know, I didn't know.
You already been in provincial jail in Miramichi?
Yeah.
You've been there?
Yeah.
Like Carol, what's her name, Warnock? Did you know her? She died 2 years ago.
No.
That's another issue. But the bottom line is, if they bring you... Now, I said to the Liberals, I was so upset because I'm going to go after the Liberals with your story, and plus I never respected you, the tears and everything. No, but that's okay. Those Liberals, Denis Landry, he's the Minister of Public Safety. By the way, do you know what this building is?
I have no idea.
So have no idea.
No.
See, this is what the problem is. A lot of people, less fortunate, and people with problems, don't know what this building is. This is the New Brunswick Legislature. This is where your government is. These assholes, I'll call them assholes, because what they did to you, these assholes don't give a damn about people like you, and if it happened to you, what other person this is happening to?
Yeah.
They take the boys, the men. I said to the Liberals, I said, are you involved in a sex ring? You have a girl like you on the highway. Oh, I just dropped her off. Then they pick you up. Hello, you want to drive? Yeah. Oh, you want to have some marijuana? You want a beer? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or do that to the boys too, that on the highway. So, I mean, I'm going to the extreme, but why are the Liberals allow this female that never even was in jail? They said, well, you did your time. You were shackled for how many hours?
It's 24.
24 hours.
Well, for however long it takes from
they pick you up
to Miramichi.
When the police, Mr. Fox, is supposed to be like your brother, he's supposed to be a nice guy. Mr. Fox picks you up, Constable Fox. How many hours were you detained? 24 hours?
Well, when I got picked up until...
Where did you get picked up anyway?
Just past the Superstore.
The what?
Just past the Superstore.
Why?
I was just at the Superstore.
Were you shoplifting?
No.
Were you panhandling?
Yeah.
So a cop went...
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay, like I said, you know, we gotta... So you're panhandling, and then the police stop, then they did a check,
Yeah.
unpaid fine.
Yeah.
So what a good way for, hey, Panhandler, you got $200. Can you make that much money here, Panhandler?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I gotta start
People are
panhandling.
very generous.
The snobs are generous?
So, yeah. A lady last week, 2 weeks ago, bought me these socks. I didn't realize how much they were until I got them home. They were $34.
Yeah. These snobs, they do have a heart. I know they do have a heart. I will, never mind. Okay, we're getting off issue here. Bottom line here, this is bullshit.
Yeah, it shouldn't have happened. Like, who knows what could have
Happened to you.
Yeah. It's like,
And you would have became a statistic.
yeah.
So, we're going to tackle the government next week. There's my evidence right here. Voila. And Stephen Horseman, you know him?
I've heard of the name.
He said, well, there's only a 2-hour ride.
Yeah.
You know. You think Mr. Horseman should maybe try walking?
No. It's not a 2-hour ride when you have to stop and see people and pick up and switch off other inmates.
Hold it.
So
You
our
don't go Route 8?
No, our sheriffs here never even went all the way to Miramichi. They took me so far, and then I got switched onto another.
Hold it. You left here. Boy, it's snowing hard now. You went here.
Yeah, we drove in a car from here to wherever.
Where, you know?
No, in the middle of the country somewhere. I don't know.
Peters Hill, maybe?
Maybe. And then we switched vans. Whenever I got in the car and got in the van. And then
Anyway. You're very, and listen. You have, if you're ever in jail again and you have these guards or whatever give you a hard time, come and see me.
well, I
Come and see me.
was not a criminal anymore.
No, but if you happen to go back there, come and see me.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to tackle the government next week. Congratulations, I hope, and there's other people that dare to have the guts to stand up and say, yes, that has happened to me. Come and see me, please.
Don't bother blurring my face.
Don't bother blowing your face?
No,
Nah, you are what you are?
Yeah.
Like me. Look at me, I look like an idiot. That's the way it is. What you see is what you get. Okay, we're not going to blow no face. Hey, congratulations. How to speak up. Send anybody out there who want to send me an email, oldmazon@yahoo.com, OLDMazon, MAISON @yahoo.com, and let's tell the government enough is enough. Why do I get involved in these things anyway?
Because we're the only one with balls to do it.
Enough big balls to do it. Hey, Robert Jones, CBC, investigate this.